Well, hi everybody. I'm back again, another video. This is a story that has to be told. I just keep getting more and more surprised by other people's behavior. It's so amazing. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But I'm going to tell you what I did today. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, today's Friday. It is January 17th. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, 1500, for those of you that are on a 24-hour clock, the Townsend Affordable Housing Trust had a meeting at 3 o'clock. Now, some interesting things about this meeting. It was posted, it was properly posted, didn't have any, I don't think there were any open meeting law violations today. I think they got away with the meeting without violating the law. But it's interesting how they really they're really going out of their way to not be transparent. That's a real, I think that's an honest assessment. I don't think I'm exaggerating, and I even think that they would have to agree. I think. I don't know, although I said it, so they'll probably disagree with it no matter what. But they posted a meeting. The meeting was posted for one reason only, which was to respond to an open meeting law complaint that I filed. It was regarding the January 9th meeting of, well, it was on January 9th, the Townsend Affordable Housing Trust participated in a meeting of the planning board that was on, did I say that January 9th? I filed an open meeting law complaint about it on the 13th and send it off to the world at large, everybody that's supposed to get it. So I complained that they had violated it because they had a quorum of their board at the planning board meeting, and they did, in my opinion, deliberate. Two of them talked to one another, actually, and then they also both spoke on an issue related to their work as a Townsend Affordable Housing Trust. And the planning board was having a public hearing regarding changing zoning on accessory units. I think something about age restricted housing and some other thing. And Veronica Kell, the chair of the Townsend Affordable Housing Trust, had much to say. Well, she spoke partially as a select board member, and that's a whole nother open meeting law violation. But she also did refer to issues that they had the Townsend Affordable Housing Trust, and even turned to another member and referred to it as, we have some concerns about, I forgot what it was, but it was related to the conversation at hand. And my opinion, you had a quorum of your board, you didn't post a meeting, and in my opinion, the use of the word deliberate is very important here, because I believe that they deliberated. They didn't just sit there. They didn't talk about stuff that has nothing to do with their board. It was on point. The reason that they all went to this meeting, in my opinion, and I'm certain theirs, were issues related to their work as the housing trust. And I don't know. It's really important. Anyway, I don't know. I was just, when I saw I didn't go to the planning board meeting. I didn't even zoom in. I watched the planning board meeting afterwards on the Town of Townsend YouTube channel. And when I saw the three of them sitting there in the room and Veronica's talking, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Is this real? Can they really be flaunting the open meeting law to this level? This is even bigger than I think most of the other complaints that I've had. But okay, I just said, well, here we go again. You know, I'm not trying to be a jerk here. They just don't get it. I, I just, I don't know. But here we are. Um, so I filed the complaint. We had the meeting. Now let me tell you a little bit more about transparency. Why I'm really making these comments regarding transparency. They posted the meeting, but this meeting, uh, almost every meeting now, everywhere, is recorded, video recorded, at least, and put up on. For Townsend, we have a town YouTube channel. It's not just mine. It's the town has one too. And they usually put all the meetings up there. Nobody recorded this meeting today but me. You're about to see the only recording of this meeting. Also, almost every meeting all over the Commonwealth of Massachusetts offers a Zoom link so that members of the public who want to attend can see what's going on Zoom. Now, as far as the official Town of Townsend response to this issue and to share anything about this meeting, if you didn't go to the meeting, you weren't going to find out anything. You would not know shit. Nothing about what happened at the meeting. You would know that it was posted, minimally just mentioned in the agenda. I'm not excited about it, but it probably meets. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. They never mentioned. They really. I don't know. It's. We're going to see the video, but the Attorney General. I don't think it's required that you're supposed to have a Zoom link anymore. I don't know. It was all in person. Probably not. They're probably fine. I'm not filing. I mean, I'm not. I'm just not. I'm done. I'm not done. I'm not done with them. If they're not done breaking the law, I'm not done with them. And I don't think they're done because they're so arrogant. I can't stand it. It's like, you gotta be kidding. So anyway, so obviously, if you have seen some of my other videos, particularly the meeting on September 12th, that one really went viral. That was a viral video. That was both, I did a short and I did a regular for their meeting on September 12th. So if you go back, in fact, I'll probably put it on the end screen. I'll probably put that link up. I'm going to dig it out. I'm going to have it up there so that you can make comparisons. Maybe I'll put 4 videos up and they'll all be from these guys. That would be fun. So, because it's just, the antics just don't end. And I don't think there's any adults in the room. I swear. So we'll watch. I came into the room. I wasn't recording right away because I was talking to somebody else that was there in the audience, and I didn't want to record that. And for just because they're kind of new to all this political stuff, and I didn't want to drag them in. And so, but as soon as the trust people came in, I turned that camera on, and we just started watching what they were up to. So pay attention. Pay attention to at least the meeting. This video itself is not that long. Okay. This is a record short meeting. And so but the beginning of it, you'll miss it if you just kind of yada. We'll get there. No, you're there at the very, very beginning is when the shit starts. But you won't. I didn't realize it so much right away, so I didn't comment about it until I said, "Is this really happening? Is this really happening?" It was, and then I started commenting, and then it kind of went south. Not as far south as it could have gone. But it's kind of funny. You may want to, once you see the beginning of the video, you might want to back up and watch it again just to make sure that what did I miss? Because it's these people are adults, supposedly. And I will address some of that once this goes. I'm just, anyway, so let me bring them up. I'm going to start the video. This is the Townsend Affordable Housing Trust meeting held today, January 17th, 2024 at 3 p.m. at the Town of Townsend Town Hall, that building behind me. And they were meeting for the purpose of responding to an open meeting law complaint that I had filed on them regarding their nonsense bullshit on January 9th. I'm not wasting any time getting these things out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to even step out of the way, and I got to go to the real video and hit play. Pay attention.
Okay, everybody. Now we're watching Veronica Kell play musical chairs so she can have her back to me. Isn't this a nice thing that we want to see our boards do? I'm going to do it again, see if she plays musical chairs again, and then this will be quite an entertaining video, don't you think? Okay. This is the transparency that our appointed boards and are actually a member of our Board of Selectmen. This is how she acts when dealing with members of the public. Isn't this wonderful? Oh, I get 2 more minutes. And everybody, this is a video covering the third violation of the open meeting law by this board. And actually, I think for the first time in probably state history, one person violated the open meeting law for 2 different boards while attending the meeting of a third. Veronica Kell gets the prize. I wonder what the Attorney General is going to think. It should be a nice fine. I think the Attorney General is probably sick of this. And they've been handing out fines left and right lately. All right, it's 3 o'clock.
Okay. So, yeah, that was the musical chairs right from the very beginning. I didn't even, I mean, I was like, is this my imagination? Is this woman really moving her chair around so that she could have her back to me? And it's like, back several months, Joe Shank, our former member of the Board of Selectmen, used to pull that stunt, and I didn't move. I wasn't, doing recording meetings was not, I was a little nervous about it, and I hadn't yet spoken to my lawyer, so I didn't know how much, if I could get in any trouble for anything. And now, I'm a lot more comfortable going to meetings, and I know what I'm allowed, when am I being disruptive or anything. But there was no meeting yet. The meeting had not started, hadn't called to order. It's free game. Anybody can say anything they want to anybody else. It's an open season on any kind of communication because we're just in a public place. There's no official business happening. And I was moving around because I wanted to get, a good video of the full board. I mean, that's kind of the best way, just for video effect, not for any strange reason. It's like you're doing a video or something. It's better to have the, especially since they're sitting around an oval table, um, to get so the people can watch to see what was going on. I mean, this is true of any meeting that I attend. You try to get a really good situation, and when it can be challenging sometimes when there's a bunch of people sitting around the table and you're trying to get a good angle so that actually they look good, so what they're saying is able to be heard and people can understand what's happening. And I think the grasping of understanding what's happening here, this childish behavior that just occurred prior to the meeting, this is even before the meeting started, this really set the stage for where we are with this board, like how they act. And if you'll remember, Cindy Boundy, who's the woman to the left, back on September 12th, that was the meeting where she threw a fit because I was recording the meeting and she was so disturbed that she called to have the meeting adjourned and then turned her back to me and like pouted in the corner. And I said, "Are you serious? Is this really happening?" And it was the same, but this is the same types of childish behavior. And every meeting almost that maybe every meeting that I attend with these people is like going back to kindergarten. I've They can't act like adults. And I mean, I am even, I mean, Veronica, she's usually very forceful and doesn't let people talk and things like that. She's a very difficult person to deal with at any level. But this, even this childish musical chairs business, I thought was even over the top for Veronica. I've not, I've just not seen this. I don't know. Um, there's a Tuesday night Board of Selectmen's meeting. I can't wait to be there. We're supposed to be getting a snowstorm Monday, Sunday, I don't know, but I'm hoping everything is good by Tuesday because I don't like going out in bad weather. So, but I will. I won't miss it. It's another joint meeting with the Board of Health. So, although they didn't post their meeting, so they can't go either. I don't know how this whole town has lost their minds. But anyways, I'm gonna get back to play this, but this is really she keeps this. I don't know what she's holding. I don't know if it's a notebook. I think it might be her notebook. She's holding up, and she never takes it down. I don't know. Maybe she has a black eye or a scar on her face, or something happened that she's got a really damaged face today. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm thinking that she just doesn't want to deal with me, but maybe she really got hit by a bus in the face or something. Maybe something's really wrong with her face. I have no idea. I really didn't pay attention when she walked in the room. So that could be it. She could be being very, you know, just embarrassed by her face. I never thought there was anything wrong with her face. So it's not like I'm picking on her appearance. That's not at all true. I don't think there's anything wrong with her appearance normally, but I'm just maybe I'm overstating this. Maybe the musical chairs was because something happened to her face and she just didn't want it on video. So I could be the asshole here. I'll give it, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but we'll see what she looks like on Tuesday because we'll be there. There's a selectmen's meeting, so she'll be there. Anyway, all right, let's get on with this. Where am I? Oh, there's the video. Let's get it started again. Here we go.
I'd like to call the meeting of the Townsend Affordable Housing Trust order. Could I have a roll call, please?
Cindy Boundy, present.
Beverly Napier, present.
Veronica Cal, present. 1.3, Chairman's additions and deletions. I just want to note that this is a review of the complaint of 1/13/2025, as well as consideration of response.
Okay, I'm gonna chime in real quick. I'm gonna try to back this up a little bit if I can. It's not going. Okay, see that? I put the camera up on the clock. Now, the meeting was posted for 3 p.m. They started it at 2:59. I am not filing an open meeting law complaint. This is a new clock. I don't know what the deal is, but they wanted me to stop talking. They didn't want to hear from me anymore, so they pushed it. I think that they just decided it's 3 o'clock. That maybe one of their phones said 3 o'clock on it. I don't know, but I just want to make note that they opened the meeting no later than 2:59. I'm not filing an open meeting law complaint, and I asked no one else to do the same. I don't think it would be fair to, I don't know. This would be really Cindy being an asshole completely if I filed an open meeting complaint because the wall clock said 2:59. I just, no. But I just wanted to share that with you. So let's, that they just don't know when to quit. They don't know when to quit. But here we go. You got to listen to this nonsense.
The review of the complaint of 1/13/2025, as well as consideration of response. So if you could just take a moment to look, the complaint is in here. I'll give you a moment to review. You good? All right, I'm pretty ready. Okay, any questions on review? No? All right, then I'd like a motion that the response to the 1/13/2025 OML complaint be accepted and that the chairman file the responses required by the open meeting law. And once we have a motion, we'll discuss.
I move that the response to the 1/13/2025 open meeting law complaint be accepted and that the chairman file the response as required by the open meeting law.
Is there a second?
I second.
All right, I took the liberty of drafting response. And so it's on the last page. If you guys could.
You know, there's something I haven't done. They don't want anybody to know what they're accused of doing. So if you'll bear with me, let's see. I'm going to pull up. I'm not going to pull it up. Oh, do I have? Let me see. Okay, I don't want to spend all day on this. But let me see. Sent. Look through my OML. If I can pull it up, I will. But let me see. No, I'm not, because I already got one thing going up. All right, let me do this one thing. All right, I'm here, but you're going to see me, but I'm not going to see me. I got to pull up. Oh, where'd it go? All right, I'm just going to read the complaint, the description of the alleged violation. Townsend Affordable Housing Trust, TAHT, intentionally violated the open meeting law by attending a meeting without posting. Planning Board held a public hearing regarding bylaw changes on January 9th, 2025. The public hearing was posted on December 26, 2024. TAHT is a 5-member board with 1 vacancy. 3 members, a quorum, attended the hearing. 2 members, Veronica Kell and David Worlin, who, by the way, everyone is not in the meeting that we're attending today, participated in public comments related to affordable housing issues discussed during the hearing. Kell made additional comments throughout the meeting beyond what is listed. Okay, and I put the links or the timestamps for the Town of Townsend YouTube video for this meeting on this complaint, and I put one of the timestamps that Kell and Werlin discussed trust property in relation to density, and another time Kell additional density discussion and zoning. Timestamps from Town of Townsend YouTube recording. Okay, and I know the Attorney General's office does review the videos when you give links, so I'll be giving them another link, or it's in here, but they'll get another one. And then I put the link to the planning board meeting. And on my last sentence was, I consider this an intentional violation. This is the 3rd complaint I've made against the TAHT in the last 6 months. This is the 2nd complaint that involves a quorum meeting outside of a posted meeting. And then the next part, you're supposed to write what you want to happen. And I wrote, which I almost always write, admit the violation. And then please attend open meeting law training and seek assistance from town council regarding future OML compliance. Okay, so that's the complaint. And let's see, that's my original. Get that out of there. So I'm supposed to fill out the form, send it to the chair of the body, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, of course, you're not watching this anyway. Hold on. Let me go back so we can watch the rest of this craziness. Okay. So, Veronica Clipboard Kell. Let's see. Get it started again.
Take a look at that. And then I'll read it into the record. If you have anything that you'd like to add or delete or do differently.
We do it after you read it?
Yes. So, would you like me to read it? Or do you want to take a minute? Take a minute.
Oh, maybe you should read it out loud.
You want me to read
I
it
think you
out
should read it out loud.
Okay.
We got a camera. You should read it out loud.
The definition of meeting in the statute MGL, Chapter 30A, Section 18, excludes the following: attendance by a quorum of a public body at a meeting of another public body that has complied with the notice requirements of the open meeting law, so long as the visiting members communicate only by open participation in the meeting on those matters under discussion by the host body and do not deliberate. The TAHT members in attendance at the planning board hearing on 1/9/2025 were all there of their own accord. All discussion was directed to the planning board. There was no deliberation. As a consequence, we question the motive of the complainant in filing this complaint. Townsend is a small town, and it is likely that a quorum of the board may be present at a hearing. Given the number of complaints filed against this board in a 5-month period by the same complainant, we are concerned that this is an effort to squelch in the town of Townsend both volunteerism and the development of affordable housing. As noted in our previous OML complaint responses, all TAHT members are educating themselves on the open meeting law. A subset of the board has spoken with town council. Is there anything that you'd like to add or delete or say differently?
There might
Let me turn my mic back on. Well, if you might need to rewind this. I'm not going to rewind it and play it again. But their last section of their response is to complain about me, which from the very beginning of these open meeting law complaints, they have been less than forthcoming, less than accepting of their responsibilities under the open meeting law. And this one, I guess they probably said it in a previous one that we're all volunteers and we're just learning about the open meeting law. But I have to tell you, these women sitting here have been on the Townsend Affordable Housing Trust for a few years. Veronica Kell, this is not her first rodeo. She is right now on her second non-consecutive term of the Board of Selectmen, and she has also been on the Conservation Commission. And it's pretty disturbing that, oh, I'm just learning about the open meeting law. No, you're not. You have been responsible for many years. It's my experience reading the other decisions and determinations that the Attorney General has made regarding communities across the Commonwealth is that they don't, every town, almost every town in Massachusetts, at least the towns, because the town is smaller than a city, they're all volunteers. Then you get into Boston and stuff, and their city council members, I think, are making over 100,000 a year. I should move. No. Oh, they would love that. But they're all everybody's volunteers. But when you sign up, you know, the transparency issue, and almost everybody that runs for any office always says they're running for transparency. That's what I want to do. I want to be transparent because nobody's transparent and it's all a bunch of secrets going on in that town hall, and they're going to make it better. And these people don't make it better. You got one here who's no, she's not the chair right now. She's the chair of this meeting, but she's a member of the Townsend Board of Selectmen as well, and she's holding up a clipboard or folder or something so that she doesn't have it to show her face to me. I just this is arrogant, ignorant, and childish. And I just, but of course, they had to put in the response that she's picking on us. This is her third one in 5 months. I gave them the benefit of the doubt and said 6, but I guess she's right. It's probably 5. But it's not because I'm just making up these things to complain about. I am concerned that these are deliberate, ridiculous violations of the open meeting law and that they don't care. And it's all Cindy. It's her. She's the asshole, not us. Now, she makes a point that she went to town council. I don't know, she was kind of hedgy about who went to town council, but I'm pretty sure it's her because there's some other issues going on in town, and I know that somebody went to see town council, and I got a funny feeling there's an open meeting law issue out there, and she's covering her ass about something. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to let that play out. But because it's playing out, see, when people get upset, they kind of intentionally, but get kind of crazy, and then they violate the open meeting law. I've seen it. But anyway, I'm digressing into some other issues. But yeah, this I lost my train of thought now. But anyway, this is not. I don't think this is frivolous. But she went to town council, and of course, town council, their job is to defend the town. His job is actually to try to they didn't have Adam Costa, our town council, they didn't have him write the response. Maybe he didn't want to, maybe he wanted her to do it. I don't know, but she's writing the response. But according to what she's putting in this thing, that, well, I went to Daddy and he told me that the definition of a meeting, well, I'm not so interested in the definition of a meeting. We know there was a meeting that was properly posted, but you guys, I believe, you did deliberate. just going to him, if you had sat there and said nothing, or if the meeting was about something else that you are not engaged with, but you went as the board and you spoke as the board. So I think that's deliberating. Sorry. And on this issue, we're just going to have to leave it to the Attorney General to make a determination. Because, of course, I'm going to forward my concerns on to the Attorney General. I have to wait 30 days from the day of my complaint. So I got almost, 25 days I got to wait before I send it off to the Attorney General. And that gives time. The reason for that is the reason that they have that rule is that just in case, people sometimes are upset when they do their response and they might want to give me another one. They might change their mind in the 30 days. That's why they do that. So that everybody can chill out, and including maybe a complainant can chill out too and say, I'm done. I'm not going to, no. I'm embarrassed. I don't want to do it. We have that opportunity, but I'm not embarrassed. If for some reason the Attorney General sides with them, it is what it is. But they're not going to, I'm very confident that they're not going to side, certainly, with anything prior to now. I think they're going to, absolutely, the other complaints that I have filed, I think were very blatant violations of the open meeting law. This one, we might have you might have a conversation. The AG might go, well, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and have something to say. But I think, if you might remember when I was reading how I complained, I said I referred to it as an intentional violation, and the Attorney General has determinations that we're supposed to, it's up to the complainant, of course, but if a complainant believes that the violation is intentional, we put it in the complaint and we have to back it up with why do we think it's intentional. And the Attorney General's definition of intentional usually it does come back as meaning a repeat violation of the same type. And in my opinion, this complaint was the second time they met outside of a posted meeting. They had a quorum of the board outside of a posted meeting and they deliberated. So the one in September on the September 12th was that, and then this one, and that was the first one was clearly they were deliberating. It was mind-boggling that they did that. But this time, okay, we have a conversation. There's a conversation. She's splitting hairs over the word meeting, and I'm splitting hairs over the word deliberate. So we shall see. It's going to take 4 months, maybe 5, maybe even longer to get a response from the Attorney General on this one, because I can't even send it for 30 days, and they take somewhere around 90 to respond. So we got to wait on this one. But let me just, this is almost the end, so we'll just let it play through.
One thing, and it's not a big deal, but planning board hearing, blah, blah, we're all there of their own accord, and maybe as residents of the town of Townsend. As residents of the town of Townsend.
All right, let me think about that. And as residents of the town. Anything else?
No, I will keep my comments to myself.
I have more I could say as
Yeah.
well, but I think we'll keep it nice and short and
So
sweet.
so this response is acceptable with that?
Yes, yes.
All right, so, no other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And, is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
At 3:06 p.m. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you very much.
leaving quietly. They don't yell at me anymore. That's interesting. Okay, bye. Let's see. I didn't give any kind of commentary. All right, let me bring myself back up here. We don't need to watch all that. Interesting to see what's on the screen though. But anyway, when I was just a moment ago, I was talking about the intentional violation thing. Like, what the hell? Why is that? What's the big deal whether it's intentional or not? I forgot to finish off the why it's important. If there's a determination that the violation of the open meeting law was intentional, the attorney general usually assesses a fine or recommends a fine. The case, the open meeting law complaint is referred to an administrative law judge. That's a real judge, but it goes to a judge, and who will hold a hearing, and they will assess. They will, listen to the story and determine whether or not there's a violation and that it's intentional, and then it will be the judge who will determine whether or not there's a fine. And the maximum fine for an open meeting law violation is $1,000, and it's my understanding that it goes to the town, not the individuals. I think it would the board would be assessed that fine. If it goes that far, it would be I think our town council would have to appear. I believe so. I believe that's the requirement, because you can't if you're a corporation or I think a municipality, you can't represent yourself. You have to have an attorney represent you. And we have a town council. And see, this is where things get expensive. So a lot of times, I don't know where it goes, but when I'm reading other towns who have been fined, which is at the beginning of this video, I mentioned fines. They've been handing out fines, and they have started really getting sick of people repeatedly violating the open meeting law. So it's no joke. So anyway, but at some point, some towns go ahead and pay the fine, just because it's cheaper than paying a lawyer to go argue the fine. And then if you don't like the fine, people often just accept the fine and move on, even if it's $1,000. But some towns get pissy. I know, when you're angry that this is happening, you say, I'm not accepting this bullshit, and you're going to appeal. And sometimes people will go on to Superior Court and appeal. And you have to go to Superior Court and have some kind of hearing there. And the judge will determine whether or not the administrative law judge made an appropriate ruling, and then either the Superior Court judge would confirm the fine or dismiss the case and say, no, I'm not going to find that there's a violation, and everybody have a nice day. But which is all well and good. And a lot of towns, when I've looked at some of the cases that have gone before the Superior Court, the towns often win. That the Superior Court will determine that there's no violation, which, okay, whatever. But the problem here, like any other court, if you've ever gone to court, gone to any kind of trial, it gets pricey. It gets expensive. If you follow them in the Cameron retrial, oh my God, we're talking. I don't know. I'm afraid to even find out how much your legal bills are. But it gets expensive. Now, an open meeting law complaint would not rise to the level of a murder trial. But the lawyers aren't cheap. And they're just voting to give our town council a raise. So, which is only $200, but the work, the travel, it's cheaper to pay the fine. But so I don't know. But that's for the board to determine. So we'll see. But that's my story for this particular day. I've got more stories out there. one thing I didn't think of, I had as you may have heard me say the other day, is that I'm running for Board of Health in the town of Townsend. And I picked up my nomination papers the other day. I was in this room and there was like 3, 4, 5 people in there. I should have had asked after they adjourned the meeting, I should have asked them to sign my papers to see if they would sign my nomination papers to get on the ballot for the Board of Health for the town election. Do you think they would have accommodated that and signed? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Anyway, I didn't do it, so I didn't. That would have added more humor to this video. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one. When people act dumb like that, I mean, for YouTube level kind of humor, I guess. It gets views maybe sometimes. People get riled up. But that's about the only thing I maybe enjoy. This is disgusting. This disgusts me. This is a town board who's supposedly doing good work, and I don't think they are. I don't think they're making any progress towards any affordable housing, which is their charge. I think they're working in reverse, but that's a whole different thing. But they're not acting the least bit professional, like they're representing anybody in the town. It's all about them. And this behavior, the continued disregard for everything, for the people. I mean, they can insult me all day long, but when I'm coming to these meetings, I am a member of the public. I didn't do anything. When they started acting stupid with the musical chairs is when I started speaking to my audience. I was just sitting there waiting for them to do their meeting. I wasn't there to create any drama. They pretty much asked me to by playing musical chairs, which I didn't even catch on right away. I'm like, is she really doing what I think she's doing? Because sometimes, the sun coming in the windows, there's all kinds of reasons why somebody moves their chair. Nope. She wanted to play mind games with me. Like, this is not adult behavior. I don't get it. Anyway, I mean, I do, but I don't. This is frightening. So anyway, that's all I have today. So if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I have another crazy video. And if you're in Townsend, I'm going to have my nomination papers with me for the Board of Health thing. I'm getting people to sign, so we're getting there. I'm also still running around with the 5-member board petition. I've got enough signatures, but I'm just getting some insurance ones to make sure everybody's a registered voter. We can't have that get screwed up. So anyway, all right, I'm going to let y'all go. So anyways, thank you for following. Thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Do like the videos if you liked anything about it. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this situation that I'm dealing with, these people. And do share this video with your friends, colleagues, or anything. You can share it anywhere. There's a link down below somewhere. Okay. I got a thing in the way. Okay, we're going to end the recording. So have a good day, and until the next video. I'll be doing another one on trash soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.